Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on rare finds and hidden treasures that could change your collection, or even your life. Trust me, you're going to want to see this one through to the end. Imagine holding a piece of history right in the palm of your hand. Something so small yet so powerful, it carries a story that stretches back nearly a century. Today, I'm talking about a coin that many people walk past, not realizing the treasure they might be holding, or what it could be worth decades later. We are looking at the South African half-penny from 1938. Now, this isn't just any coin. Think about it. In 1938, the world was on the edge of massive change. The air was thick with tension, whispers of conflict were growing louder, and everyday life was still grounded in the simple rhythms of the time: buying groceries, taking the tram, walking home at sunset. A halfpenny from that era might seem trivial at first glance, but it is, in reality, a window into that world. Every scratch, every patina tells a story of decades gone by. If you grew up in the 50s or 60s, you remember when coins had weight and presence. They weren't just plastic symbols of value. They were objects of craftsmanship, minted with care and precision. This South African halfpenny was made from bronze, giving it a durability that stood the test of time. And it wasn't mass-produced like today's coins. Each batch carried tiny variations, details that collectors obsess over and pay a premium for. Let's talk design for a moment, because this is where the story really comes alive. On one side, you have the portrait of King George VI, the young monarch navigating a world on the brink of war. The engraver captured his likeness with remarkable realism. Every curve of the face, every line in the crown, is frozen in time. On the flip side, there's the iconic South African coat of arms from the pre-Union era, a symbol of a nation proud of its heritage, striving for identity amidst global upheaval. Now, I know what you might be thinking. It's just a coin. How much can it really be worth? That's where it gets interesting. You see, rarity and condition are everything in the coin world. Most coins from 1938 were circulated, picked up and spent countless times, leaving them worn and scratched. But a coin that has survived in excellent condition, with its details crisp and its surfaces clean, becomes something collectors will fight over. It becomes a tangible link to history, and history, as we know, can carry a premium. For those of you who love a little thrill, think of this. The halfpenny isn't just sitting in a jar somewhere. Many were lost, melted down, or simply discarded over the decades. That scarcity drives value. And because coins like this were minted before the era of modern collecting, their numbers are limited. What's left today are the survivors, the rare few that make collectors' hearts race. You might also find it fascinating that coins like this often spark conversations and connections. Imagine pulling a 1938 half-penny out of your pocket and handing it to a friend or grandchild. Suddenly, history isn't a textbook or a grainy photograph. It's real. It's tangible. You can feel the weight of the past, the craftsmanship, the story of a world that has changed in unimaginable ways. And that, my friends, is priceless to many collectors. For collectors in our age group, there's also a subtle joy in nostalgia. Handling coins from your childhood, or coins that circulated when your parents or grandparents were your age, creates a bridge across time. You're not just collecting metal. You're preserving memories, preserving moments, and sometimes, you're even making a smart financial move. Because let's be honest, not every coin appreciates like this, but when it does, it can be staggering. Let's get a little technical, but don't worry, I'll keep it simple. When assessing a coin like this, collectors look at several key things: the detail in the portrait, the condition of the edges, the color of the bronze, and any unique markings or errors from the minting process. Even a tiny scratch, or an unusual feature, can make a huge difference in value. And this is exactly why serious collectors hunt for coins like the South African halfpenny from 1938. They are not just rare. They are full of personality and history. And here's the secret most people don't realize: coins can be an investment that is both tangible and meaningful. Unlike stocks or bonds, a coin sits in your hand, a piece of history you can touch, admire, and pass down. The South African halfpenny, in particular, has been quietly rising in recognition among collectors worldwide because of its historical significance and limited numbers. You may ask, so, what's this coin worth today? Well, for those who held on, who preserved it, who understood its story, the payoff can be extraordinary. This isn't just about a few dollars here or there. A high-grade, well-preserved 1938 South African halfpenny can reach astonishing numbers at auction. People who once thought of it as just another coin in their collection are now seeing the reward of decades of preservation and patience. Now, I promised you would reveal the value at the end, so here it is. A South African halfpenny from 1938, in excellent condition, can be worth up to $9,000. That's right. $9,000 for a single coin that many might have overlooked, tossed in a drawer, or forgotten in a collection. And that's not a fantasy. These are real numbers from serious collectors who recognize the rarity, the condition, and the historical significance of this coin. So, if you've ever wondered whether the coins you've been holding onto have hidden value, this is a prime example of why it pays to take a closer look. It's not just about money. It's about discovering a piece of the past, preserving it, and maybe even turning a passion into something unexpectedly rewarding. If you enjoyed this dive into history, craftsmanship, and treasure, don't forget to subscribe. There are countless coins and artifacts out there, each with a story, each with potential value, waiting to be discovered by someone who knows what to look for. You might already own a hidden gem without even realizing it. So the next time you come across an old coin, don't just pass it by. Think about the stories it carries, the hands it has passed through, and the potential value it holds. History isn't just something we read about, it's something we can hold, something that can surprise us, and sometimes, something that can change lives. And remember, that South African halfpenny from 1938. One well-preserved example could be worth up to $9,000 today. So keep looking, keep collecting, and most importantly, keep cherishing the stories behind every coin. Because sometimes, the past has a way of rewarding those who pay attention.